We pick up one of the worst leads you could possibly see, taking double super effective counter damage. We switch out into Poliwrath. Here comes Hypno. We need switch advantage at all costs. Surely we cannot gain switch advantage here. We land the Scald. It lowers the opponent's attack. We get to one more Scald. If the opponent doesn't shield, potentially we can mudshot down. The opponent froze. You're about to see the bravest GBL shield in the history of the game. We are looking to mudshot down. We simultaneously KO. Now it is a guessing game. We need to guess correctly. We are coming into Beedrill. The opponent brings in the Primate. Stay tuned to find out if we manage to pull off the impossible in that battle. So, welcome back to the home of Shadow Pokemon, the only place on YouTube you're going to see exclusively Shadow Pokemon. So, in today's video, we are looking at the Hypno trap. We are leading Leading Raticate in the lead, and we've got two things weak to confusion in the back. We'll usually be safe switching to Beedrill to draw out the Hypno, hopefully allowing our nukes Poliwrath to close strong. At least that is the idea of this team. So once again, an ABB strategy with double weak to confusion in the back. Let's see how these battles go. And in game one, we'll lead Raticate into Dragonair. Would you believe it? Yes, they run Dragon Breath Charizard and didn't see a dragon all day. Today, first battle, here it is. So we're going to tank one move and then look to switch out into Beedrill to see if they have a Hypno in the back. We bank all that energy, in comes Beedrill, and here is Hypno. So we are going to be hitting 4 super effective with X-Scissor, but it isn't the strongest move, and the opponent can tank one no problem. The opponent is looking to confusion down. Well, actually, even if they throw, we will CMP here. I imagine the opponent hasn't been stupid enough to throw. We draw a shield and we get taken out with one more confusion. This is where the Hypno trap is going to come in key, because our Raticate can come in now and commit to the very aggressive farm down. We can tank any move. They haven't got enough for a focus blast. You can see a punch does quite a lot of damage. They unfortunately make one more move. I am forced to burn a shield here, as even one confusion will do a lot to Poliwrath, and I've got loads of residual energy. We do farm down. We leave with almost back-to-back crunches. I am going to fire off one immediately. If the opponent doesn't return the shield, it is going to do huge damage. We now switch out into Poliwrath, looking to mudshot down, and in the back is a Alolan Marowak in the one shield. This is absolutely G to the G, as we are running Scald. Scald will hit for huge super effective damage. The opponent does shield it up. We are also going to shield in case they go for a Shadow Bone, which would do huge damage. We correctly shield up the Shadow Bone, and this game is absolutely over. Scald will be enough to take out the Marowak, and we should be able to mudshot down that Dragonair in the back, and that is exactly what we do. GG's, thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle, we'll lead our Alolan Raticate into Primate. Holy crap, absolute dreadful. We save switch into Poliwrath. We are usually using Beedrill, but obviously that is our hard counter. Here comes Hypno. We need to take switch advantage at all costs, as Raticate would be taking double super effective damage from counter. We land the Scald, we get the attack drop. This next Scald will not KO, but it will get the Hypno in a range where potentially we can mudshot down. The opponent once again doesn't shield. They do throw. We sneak a mudshot, and this is time for the bravest GBL shield you will ever see. We're looking to mudshot down. We don't actually mudshot down before get taken out, but we do simultaneously KO. This now is a guessing game. I've clicked Beedrill. Imagine they come back into the Primate, and they do. We double resist these counters. This is just going to be a Night Slash. We aren't going to shield it up. Obviously, the opponent has a chance to boost. We will need to shield the second. We CMP on the second one, so no free counter is going to come through. I am forced to burn my final shield. I imagine the opponent will be shielding up as well, as they haven't switched out, so they must be weak to Beedrill in the back. We do shield it up. They're still staying in. Can we poison jab down? Yes, we can. We now have a move, and in the back is a Raticate of their own. This X-Scissor will hit for super effective, hoping to draw the opponent's final shield, which we do, and here comes the Raticate mirror match. The opposing Rat isn't purified, so they are going to hit us with a Hyper Fang, and it definitely is not going to KO. We will tank it, and we will get to a Hyper Fang of our own. Hyper Fang will do huge damage to a normal Raticate with Shadow bonus. It gets the Raticate into the yellow. They are going to have to dump their energy. You can see we're getting close to a crunch. The opponent froze. We should be able to outpace with our Beedrill, and from one of the worst leads and worst save switches, we are going to be able to clutch up this game. Beedrill makes the X-Scissor, and that is going to be GG's. Absolute insane victory. Moving on to the next battle. We lead Shadow Raticate into Alolan Grimer. This is fairly neutral, but I am going to save switch into Poliwrath, as once again Beedrill does have a much better matchup, and once again we draw out the Hypno. We've already seen this matchup play out once. 2 Skulls do land for big damage. We get the first one off. We make the second. Is the opponent going to burn a shield? I really love shield advantage in this situation. and the opponent does shield up. So we're not going to win switch, but Raticate is a pretty good wall to this stupid Hypno. So we're waiting out our time, and there's no real need, to be honest, as the opponent isn't likely to switch out. They are going to start throwing off punches. I'm potentially going to look to commit to the very aggressive farm down. This Hypno is absolutely loaded. This second punch is going to get us to around 50% HP. The opponent does actually choose to switch out, so now we are going to throw this Hyper Fang. Hyper Fang will land for big damage, and I am going to commit to the Poison Jab farm down. We catch the move on our Beedrill. Crunch is going to hurt, but there's no point in shielding, as that Hypno is just going to delete us with confusions. We've got the X-Scissor ready to go. Back up comes the Hypno, so I throw one Poison Jab and throw an X-Scissor. That confusion will not register unless they shield. We take out the Hypno. In the back is Mock. Holy crap. ABA Mock Evolutions is a really strange team. It's a variation of the team run by, I think, Faux Technical, but I really wasn't expecting to see Mock in the back. We have two shields. I'm going to be forced to start shielding acid sprays, and I'm hoping this Mock does go down to one Hyper Fang. So you can see these Poison Jabs are shredding through us. We make the Hyper Fang. Is Hyper Fang enough to KO the bulky Alolan Mock? No, it isn't, and unfortunately we die to the Poison Jab. Absolute heartbreak. So I made a hard read there that they wouldn't have another poison type in the back, so I didn't shield up my Beedrill, and that no shield cost me the match. Moving on into the next battle, yet another dragon. So yesterday, no dragons. Today we see two in the same set. We are going to throw this Crunch at the Dragonair, try and force an early shield, which we get, and now here comes Beedrill. The opponent isn't switching out. We make the X-Scissor. This X-Scissor will be enough to KO unless the opponent switches out. X-Scissor takes them out. Let's see what they have in the back. They had Hypno in the back all along, so I've got no idea why they didn't switch out. But either way, we're not complaining. This X-Scissor will land for big, super effective damage. Well, not that big, as X-Scissor is a pretty garbage move. The opponent is not switch locked, so I am waiting out my timer as long as possible. We bring in the Rat. I am going to shield once because Poliwrath really doesn't want to see this healthy Hypno. The opponent switches out into Lapras, so here comes Poliwrath. We do have to be mindful of the Skull Bash. I am going to throw this Dynamic Punch before they get there. Let's see what the opponent wants to do. I've overfarmed as much as possible. The opponent now is at the Skull Bash. I've got a decision to make. I am going to call the Skull Bash. We correctly shield it up, and this game should be over. I'm going to overfarm as much as possible. This Dynamic Punch should be taking him out. I'm hoping not to have to take a Surf. Unfortunately, the opponent does make a Surf, but it is resisted. It won't do too much damage. I imagine the opponent will try and snipe with Hypno. Back out comes the Hypno. This Scald will be enough to take him out, and this game, once again, is absolutely over. My switch timer has popped up, so we quick attack down and take that battle. Moving on into the next one. We see Alolan Sandslash in the lead. I've instantly gone into Beedrill, and they come in with a Slowbro. Holy cow, these confusions are shredding, but this X-Scissor will hit for big, super effective damage. The opponent lets it go. We Poison Jab down, so we've now got switch advantage. Back out comes Sandslash. We aren't baiting, we're going straight for the drill run. Does the opponent respect the damage? No, they do not. Beedrill has gone on an absolute rampage. I am waiting out my timer as that mid game was so quick. We are now switch locked. The opponent throws immediately. This is going to be an Ice Punch. Poliwrath tanks that, no problem. We Mud Shot down what is in the back. In the back is a Primate. Holy crap, this isn't fantastic. I am going to be forced to shield a Night Slash up. And I am going to be firing back with Scalds, fishing for the attack drop. So here comes the Scald. Show me the attack drop. Do we get it? No, we don't. We now switch out into the Rat. Double super effective damage. These counters are absolutely chunky, but this is just a Night Slash, which we tank no problem. We are going to get to this Crunch. We need the opponent to burn their final shield. Primeape is super glassy, so they do give the shield up. And now it's going to be about, has Poliwrath got enough HP to make the Scald or Dynamic Punch? We're shielding it up. We need one more Mud Shot. Can we survive a counter? Yes, we can. And this Scald is going to be enough to take this game. GG's and thanks for playing. So we managed a nice 4-on-1 set, and here you're going to see a bonus battle where I actually run an ABA team. The same 3 Pokemon, but I actually was leading Poliwrath, and to be honest, I went 2-3. So this bonus battle is just going to be more about the power of the B. So we lead Shadow Poliwrath into Muck. This is a pretty good matchup. The opponent throws an acid spray, which doesn't do too much. They come in 2 Nidoqueen, and we are going to fire off this Scald. Scald would one-shot. If the opponent doesn't shield, they do burn a shield. I am going to try and get to 1 more Scald. I am going to shield this Poison Fang, as I'm unsure whether we would survive, as we are a Shadow. We're looking to get both shields from the opponent. Does the opponent give me their final shield? Yes, they do, and now here comes Beedrill. We do have to be mindful of the Earth Power or potential Stone Edge. They're at 9, so it could actually be a Stone Edge. We do correctly shield a Stone Edge. I am going to overfarm as much as possible. I don't even want to hit with a Poison Fang. Drill Run will be taking out Nidoqueen. See you fucking later, Nidoqueen. If that Mach does come back, we are going to be able to threaten a Drill Run. The opponent is thinking they actually come into a Sand Slash, so they're really weak to Beedrill. All 3 Pokemon are weak to ground. Drill Run doesn't one-shot, but does do huge damage. We unfortunately can't Poison Jab down, so we're not going to see a Beedrill sweep, but Beedrill has put in absolutely loads of work. So I'm going to come in with the Raticate. We've got a Mach just left to deal with. I attempt to catch the move on Poliwrath for no particular reason other than to flex. This Dark Pulse will take us out, but Raticate is going to be able to clean up this battle. We know the opponent's on Dark Pulse and Acid Spray, so whatever they throw isn't going to be too threatening. Acid Spray does almost nothing. We fire 1 more Quick Attack. This Hyper Fang should be enough to take out the Mach. See you later, Mach. And we're going to Quick Attack down the Sand Slash and take that game. So you can see, running ABA, I didn't have a particularly great time, so that's where I come up with the idea to run Raticate with the 2 things weak to confusion in the back to trap the Hypno. And you can see from going 2-3 ABA, we went 4-1 ABB. So if you're enjoying the content, I'd appreciate if you smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing. And I'd just like to say thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.